guys, welcome to Rhinofeed. Today I'm going to be checking out the Tesoro Gram Spectrum. This is a full-size RGB mechanical keyboard with macro recording, a onboard processor and memory, so everything is saved on board, although you might still need the software to change a few things. And it has a very unique slim profile design, including the keycaps, which are a lot lower profile. Not only that, but a switch that's a little bit different than a standard cherry switch. They give you a quick start guide, multiple languages, talks about the LED lighting and the key features and everything, which of course I'm covering, so we don't need that. It comes in a plastic bag here. Check it out, look how thin that is. Actually, you know what, for how thin it is, this is pretty heavy. Looks like this has a steel plate on the top here with a matte finish. I like that a lot. Pretty simple design. Flip out feet on the bottom and your 4 rubber pads to prevent any slipping. And otherwise the bottom is pretty basic. It has a removable cable, which is pretty cool, mini USB. Those are pretty sweet. I like that a lot. Also in the box, they give you a braided cable, which is gold plated because it's a marketing thing and obviously gold is better. This is 1.8 meters long. Looks nice, actually. Looks really nice. The dimensions are 5 3/8 by 17.5 and 1 inch with keycaps and flat. 1.5 inches with the feet raised. It weighs 35.5 ounces, which is just a little bit less than most full-size mechanical keyboards, but that doesn't detract from its solid build quality. The keycaps are very low profile and almost flat. They're far less contoured than a standard OEM keycap, and they're double-shot ABS, which means the letter is never going to fade. I like typing on them, and it kind of reminds me of a chiclet keyboard, so if you like chiclet keyboards, this might be a good first mechanical keyboard to pick up. And the font is a gamer font. Gamers want to be classy, don't you think? The bottom row is non-standard, unfortunately, but I think part of the reason you'd buy this keyboard is to have these low-profile keycaps, so I don't really know if you'd want to replace them. It has a floating key design, which means the case gets out of the way and you only have the plate on the very top surface. Tesoro is calling the switches in this keyboard the Agile Slim switches. They do have a transparent switch case for the RGB lighting to shine through. They're made by Kale, and they have a lower actuation and travel distance than a standard cherry switch. So it has 1.5mm instead of 2mm actuation, and 3.5mm instead of 4mm travel distance. I'm not a competitive CSGO player or anything like that, but I do enjoy typing on them. And finally, they are using CoStar wire stabilizers. They are a little bit trickier to remove your larger keycaps because there is a couple plastic pieces and a wire that you're fiddling with and you don't want to break anything, but they actually feel very smooth and they get out of the way. On the top row, you're going to find all of your various functions. F1 through F5 switches between each gaming layer, which includes your backlighting and macro recordings for that layer. F6 is going to lock your entire keyboard down so no key can be pressed. F7 through F12 are going to be your media keys. So you have mute, volume down, volume up, play, pause, reverse, and forward. On your insert and delete keys, you can switch between 6-key rollover and unlimited key rollover. And on your home key, you can begin your macro recording. Finally, on the arrow keys, you can switch between all of the lighting effects. There are 8 total, and the brightness levels, which there are 5 total. All right, so let's go over the backlighting. So first thing I want to mention is that there are actually 6 layers total. So they're the 5 gaming layers, F1 through F5, and your everyday layer is underneath the pause key if you do function plus pause. When you're on the everyday layer, the LED is going to be disabled. When you're on a gaming layer, that LED is going to turn on. And another thing to note is on any of the gaming layers, the Windows key is going to be disabled. Everyday layer, it's going to actually work. And it's kind of funny because you can't even reprogram that Windows key to do anything else on the gaming layers. It's just completely disabled. So if you want Windows key, this is the only layer that will let you use it. So let's go through all of the animations. I guess default colors first. So regular layer is white. red, blue, purple, green, and yellow are the default colors to start with. Let's go back to the red layer, and 5 levels of brightness, although technically only 4 because the 5th one is completely turned off. So back to full brightness, and now the animations. So static, obviously. This one they like to call trigger. Pretty obvious what that does. This one is ripple. This one is firework. This one is awesome. I actually like this a lot because you get a couple colors at the same time and it slowly fades away. And this looks cool in the different colors too. So if you go blue, I like the purple one a lot actually. Anyway, radiation, breathing, don't have to do anything for that, nice and smooth. Waves, so you get the full spectrum of color. I guess that's where they came up with the keyboard name. And finally, your custom profiles, which I haven't set anything for this yet, but on layer 1, I set this up, which has a cool teal and purple theme going on. One thing to note is you can't set up these custom profiles with just the keyboard. You need the software, which is kind of unfortunate. You can set up macros, so to do that, you just press function plus home, and then what you do, once you see that blinking, you press the desired key, so I don't know, left alt, type in the keys you want to record, hello, and function plus home again to stop recording. Those are going to blink faster, and then they'll turn off. Now when I press left alt, let's see what happens. And the interesting thing is the macros record the timing that you typed it at. Alright, so let's try to speed through the software. You have all of your layers at the top here. The PC mode, you cannot set macros, only the lighting effects. So let's show that to you. Click lighting effects at the bottom. You cannot select individual keys until you press spectrum colors. Spectrum colors, you have 3 animations. You have shine, breathing, and trigger. Shine is your static one, of course. And click a key, click the color that you want, and apply. Unfortunately, you have to do this for every single key individually, and you cannot, let's say you really wanted yellow, this very particular yellow, you cannot set that as a preset, so you're going to have to type in these numbers for every single key that you want to match. That is absolutely ridiculous, and there needs to be a firmware update / software update stat. Next, illumination, click on that. Color picker here. This is like setting the preset color for all of the animations, so this part is quite nice. Click on default, pretty self-explanatory, clears everything out. Sync program, select your program from C program files, wherever it is, and whenever you open that program, it is going to automatically switch to that profile. Pretty neat. So click your profile, cancel first, profile. Click your key that you want to set as a macro. You can have it either launch a program, you can have that key assigned to a different key, or you can create a macro. You can name your macro, macro 1, yay. You can record, yay. You can stop, and you can select the timing. So this remembers the timing as you typed, or you can just set it all to the same. You can repeat it however many times you like, so you can enter a number here. How about 5? Repeat continuously until pressed, or repeat continuously until pressed again. There's some very rudimentary editing options, so you can delete and copy and whatnot. But other than that, that's about it. Another keyboard on the market that's unique and innovative. I like it a lot. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And as always, please rate, comment, and subscribe.